Wow, it is. You know the whole belt and the teeth bit. What move is that?
It raises the question, why not carry it out in your hand? But sure.
You know exactly what move that is, godlike master of sex supervillain Rob Benedict.
Good point, Robin. I'll get back in your closet. Misha, how are you?
I have him trained well. It's like a dog that brings the leash when he wants to go for a walk.
Cohen brings you your belt when he wants you to put back on your pants? Awkward.
I guess I didn't follow that all the way through as an analogy.
No, I think it worked beautifully.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Misha Collins.
Oh my God, there are a lot of you here. Everything really is bigger in Texas. Holy smokes. Except for you svelte people on an individual level. You're very slender. Wow. And by the way, Dallas is like enormous. It's such a huge city. I can't believe how much like every corporate headquarters in the world is based here. Have you noticed that? God, if I wanted a job, this is where I would come. It's great. Oh my God, are you offering me a job?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Thank you. Are you looking for a dog walker? What's the job description?
Pool boy.
Pool boy? Did you say bar candy? Pizza delivery. I actually was a pizza delivery man. And I didn't just play one on television. I delivered pizza for the Florian Pizza Cafe in Chicago. And one of the perks was free food. I gained 30 pounds. Pretty good. Yeah, it was fine. That was great. It was winter. I needed the extra padding. That was also the winter in Chicago. It was a really icy, really snowy winter when I had learned that if you pull up the emergency brake, this was an old car, you pull the emergency brake and cut the steering wheel, the whole car can spin around 180 degrees. So I was driving around the south side of Chicago delivering pizza in the ice and snow and doing my parallel parking like that, which was awesome. Until I had to replace all of my wheels because I dented them side-swiping curves, but I looked really cool. And then this like enormously fat guy would get out of the front seat, which was me. I don't know why I'm on this tangent, but so one of the other students at the school who happened to be a waitress at that cafe, I recently ran into, and she was like, "Yeah, I remember distinctly watching you eat in between deliveries." She said it was so gross. Because I was like this very poor college student, and this was a godsend, like free food. You don't know when this is going to come again. I mean, actually, I did know it would be my very next shift, but I ate like there wasn't ever going to be another tomorrow. Every time. Okay, enough about me. So, yeah. Speaking of belts, by the way, last year, I believe. Where it was. But last year when I was in Texas, I wore like this really cool, really badass Texas Longhorn.
It was here.
And I decided to kind of one-up it this time. So I've got this belt with two sort of ivory-colored unicorns on it. Also pretty badass, I have to say. Yeah. Do you know what's so sad? Not only do I not remember that, but it doesn't even ring a bell. And yet I believe it. I do believe that happened. You have it? Really? Did you have it steam cleaned or anything? You should maybe. Your sister died? Why does everybody laugh? That's not right. I didn't realize we were dealing with such a morbid audience here. I'm very sorry for your loss. Her sister didn't die, by the way. Just for those of you who are concerned about that. The sister is okay? The sister's okay? Do you even have a sister? Or are you just embellishing at this point? She just made up an entire family for herself. It's made a better story. All right, I'm going to stop. Yes, you are first in line. Oh, this is good. You're like escorted up to the microphone. Are you guys keeping people from the microphones just in case they do things that they shouldn't in the interstitials? Yes. Hello.
Hi. I just wanted to start by saying how much I love you. I might start crying.
You're pretty neat too.
I might start crying.
Don't cry.
I apologize if I
Don't
do.
cry. Don't cry.
I was wondering why you gave Castiel such a deep voice. And how hard it was for you to portray that voice throughout the seasons.
Well, I mean, my voice and Cass's voice are pretty much the same. I mean, people say a nuanced difference between them, but I don't hear a difference. Why did I do that? The first thing that pops into mind is stupidity. The second thing is that it was so in the first script, which was the only script I saw before shooting, episode 401, Lazarus Rising. What a nerd! Who's the geeky encyclopedia of supernatural knowledge now? You are. Actually. That was the only thing that I know about the show. So in the script, Castiel has not taken a human form yet. He's not yet occupied Jimmy as a vessel. And he's trying to communicate with Dean, and in so doing, when he tries to talk to him, the TV screen blows up, the windows blow out. So I thought, you should have like a really commanding, really, sore throat inducing voice. So I gave him that, but I also thought that I was only going to do a couple of episodes. Had I known I would be doing it for 8 years, I would have chosen something else. Yes. You're not allowed to have hugs. Okay, that was actually a lot higher than I thought. It was Medic? Yes, hi.
Hi, Boo. I love you, by the way. Can you dig
Am I blushing?
Elvis?
Can I what?
Can you dig Elvis?
Can I dig I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Oh. No. You know what? Actually, I've never seen what I'm seeing right now. There's a lot of energy in the room. A lot of people who I make eye contact with in the first 5 or 6 rows are looking at me and emphatically shaking their heads and saying, say no. So I'm going to use group mind here as a sort of life preserver and say, no. Weirdly, though, it seems like starting about row 10 back, everybody wants me to dig it. There's like a dividing line past which everyone's like, what a loser. I hate him now. What does digging Elvis mean, though? I need to know now. Don't ask.
What does it mean? I have no
You realize that nothing makes a person want to know something more than when you say don't ask. What? Okay, someone has sworn to tell me later in the privacy of her bedroom. Okay. I'm satisfied now, thank you. Hi.
I'm sorry for my voice. I was in karaoke last night.
You sound a lot like Castiel.
We can trade voices if you want. My question is,
I was karaoke, by the way.
it was we sang Eye of the Tiger.
Oh, awesome.
I know. My question is, if Castiel had
You know what's really weird? My son sings Eye of the Tiger, and he's never seen Supernatural, has no idea about any of that stuff, but by some chance he picked up on it, and it's not because I play it all the time at home, because I don't. But he loves Eye of the Tiger. All right. Yeah.
my question is, if Castiel hadn't gotten so attached to Dean, would he have fought back in at the end of season 10?
Would he have fought back if he wasn't so attached to Dean? In other words, why was he such a wuss? We actually had a conversation about this, but at that point, I felt like Dean was under the influence of this mark, that it wasn't really him, and that fighting back wasn't going to do anything. So that was my rationale for not fighting back. It was like, I don't want to hurt him, and he's out of control. It's not him that's doing this. Although, he did pummel me pretty badly. So, I'm going to get it back. That was my subtext. I'm going to get this SOB back someday, and he's going to wish he was never born. Hi.
Hi. What supernatural quote do you think is the most overused, and which quote would you replace it with?
Ass butt.
Hey, ass butt. And, hey, asshole.